The Joe Rogan Experience.
The thing with the Proud Boys is the ruling elite are afraid of men. You know, it's a huge soy boy movement coming down the pipe, right? Soy everywhere. If anybody's listening right now, or everybody that's listening right now, soy is bad for you.
It's not good.
It is very bad for you.
It's processed nonsense. It gives you estrogen.
Yes. Well, it activates the phytoestrogens. You know, and has active phytoestrogens that attack the endocrine gland system. Now, when we look at the endocrine gland system, for people in the spiritual world, the endocrine gland system is the physical manifestation of the so-called chakras, right? Now, at the heart chakra, what we have is called the thymus gland. And the thymus gland is the one that controls your sexual maturity. And when you have an endocrine gland disruptor, your sexual maturity is affected. So a man who would ordinarily like women now likes, you see what I'm saying?
But wouldn't you have to have massive quantities of soy for that to take place?
That's subjective based upon your biological structure, right?
I always think of it as more as like a fun thing to say. I don't think, you know, you eat too much tofu, you turn into a bitch.
Well, here's the thing. You can't go in a grocery store and find something that doesn't have soy. When you go look at your Cheez-Its or your crackers, it always say soy lecithin. It's soy in everything. Soy everywhere, right? They use it as filler for some meats. So the whole vegan movement, right? You go get your vegan burger.
Meat burger, yeah.
Right. A lot of these burgers are soy based.
A lot of them are plant based for sure. Plant based oils.
Right. But
yeah, which is not good for you.
Right. And then you also look at the links between soy and cancer, but that's a whole nother story. But when you have something that's disrupting your so-called chakras, you can see how you can start affecting an entire population of people, right? You start affecting their development at an early age. And then, you know, you got these men who are acting like women who can't even, you know, control their wives. You got some men out here that let another man sleep with their girlfriend, right? And
out here?
I don't know about out here.
Well, you're saying out here.
Well, when I say out here, I mean
that's everywhere out in the world.
Yeah. But
isn't that just people are just kinky into weird shit?
Well, no.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think it is?
I think it's pushed. I think debauchery is highly pushed. Yeah.
By who?
The ruling elite, ruling class. I want to say
really
elite because they're not
time
elite.
to sit around and go, you know what we need to do? We need to push debauchery.
Well, when you look at the degradation of Russia, right, before the Bolshevik Revolution, what they do is they come in first with alcohol, right? So they purchase your hops and your barley and they produce alcohol. Then what they do is they sell the alcohol to the farmer on credit because he ain't got no money, right? Because he been drunk. He hasn't been producing the crops like he should. He falls into credit. He falls into debt. When he falls into debt, he's now a slave to the land he once owned. Now I can sell whatever I want to this population or give this population whatever I want because they are now technically my slave. But in order to rule a nation of people, you have to destroy morality. You have to destroy integrity. So you feed them drugs, alcohol, and sex. And then tear apart the family.
But do you think that that's just a natural progression of people's slovenly instincts? Or do you think that's some sort of a grand plan?
Do you think people have a slovenly instinct?
Some people do. Yeah. I think some people are lazy and some people are weak and some people are greedy and some people just they lean towards just pleasure without sacrifice and discipline because it's easy. You know, they just lay in bed and jerk off. I don't think anybody's telling them. I don't think there's any sinister government manipulating their strings that makes them watch porn all day. I think they just...
Well, yeah. It actually, you know, Instagram is a gateway to porn. Instagram, you can't go on Instagram without looking at some booty, right?
Yeah, but it's also a gateway to sunsets and people's kids and muscle cars and
come on, Joe.
A lot of cool shit.
Ain't nobody going on Instagram looking at sunsets. People are going on Instagram to look at booty.
There's a lot of that.
No doubt. Yoga community has went from, hey, check out my bakasana to check out my backside.
Yeah,
in these yoga pants, right?
A lot of yoga pants pics.
Booty. Just booty alone is an industry.
It is a giant industry
on Instagram.
Yeah.
So what happens is you wake up in the morning, you check your notifications, then your homie tags you, yo, look at this chick. Boom.
Right.
Now you have an erection. What's the first thing you do? You like, let me go to my browser, open the incognito browser and hit Pornhub. Boom. Now you out of here, right? Now your day's done. You just depleted your energy, right? And this coming out in my book where I talk about, why you shouldn't jerk off and all that stuff. But
you write that you shouldn't jerk off?
Yeah.
Never?
Well, there's a calculation.
You have a jerk off algorithm?
Yeah, there's a jerk off algorithm. It's created by the Taoist sexology. And I think it's your age times 2. No, your age divided by 2 times 100. I forget what it is. It's in my book. I can't remember it. But I got it from the Tao, right? Which is why I don't have it memorized. It's age times 0.2. I think it's age times 0.2. And then to tell you how many days, right? So at my age, I'm 38 now. My age, it's about 7.5 days between ejaculation to maintain who I am.
Really?
Yeah. And
damn.
Yes. So a man's strength is his balls, right? That's
right.
So every time you deplete yourself, you're not the same man anymore. You lose your superpowers. Now, when you lose your superpowers to some, IG model, it's not even worthy. Your orgasm doesn't feel the same as a natural interaction with a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
So you're wasting your superpower on like a fictional fantasy.
So you're wasting a percentage of your vital energy.
Your vital energy, as well as the proteins and minerals and zinc and magnesium and all that stuff that, is lost.
Out.
Yeah. I think it's equivalent to like 2 New York strip steaks, eggs, oranges, and apples or something like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of vitamins. That's why if a
Depends
woman...
on the size of the loads you shoot, though, no?
Oh, yeah.
That's
why ladies should swallow.
Whoa, Jesus, ladies.
I'm sorry. That's why you should ingest it if the man is healthy, because it's a full meal. It's a full meal. It's a full meal of nutrients that a man loses.
Is it bioavailable that way? I wonder if anybody's done studies. I bet they have. I bet people have done like nutrition/load studies.
Probably a startup out there like trying to do this right now.
Yeah, like calculate into an app.
Where is this conversation gone now? I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Well, we're talking about manipulating you, turning you into a soy boy, making people weak. So you think there's actual, so this is where we differ. You think there's actual manipulation taking place. I think it's just natural instincts.
Nah.
And then I think that people see it around them and then they cater to those natural instincts and then they support those natural instincts. But I think people have a natural instinct to be undisciplined and lazy and just gratuitous and, dive into pleasure before sacrifice and commitment. And
so are we
discipline.
making excuses for it?
Not making excuses. I think it's also the softness of the world we live in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we live in this incredibly easy to get by in world.
Right.
Where the poor people are fat.
Yeah.
There's never been a time in history where poor people are fat.
Yeah, yeah. That comes down to what's
weird.
In the actual food.
Yeah.
So-called food.
It's certainly that. It's certainly the food is garbage. But it's also that there's this strange lack of discipline because it's not necessary. All you have to do is just show up to your job, put in the least amount of effort you can without getting fired, and you can exist.
Right.
That didn't happen in the wild world when people were hunters and gatherers. If you didn't put 100% effort, if you didn't really struggle, you didn't make it, and you weren't a benefit to the tribe, and they kicked your ass out, and you got eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
I do agree with that.
Yeah,
I do agree with that. Discipline is what we have to demand from people. But your culture has to recognize debauchery and shun it and ban it and say like, hey, we don't want this here. You know what I mean? Porn is readily available on Twitter. You can watch it right in your feed. Sometimes I'm scrolling my feed and it's just like,
that's a weird thing about Twitter, isn't it? That it's a giant platform, but they allow porn.
Yeah. So
when I had Jack on with Tim Pool, and I think Tim Pool didn't even know that porn was legal on it.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw that. Yeah.
I found a little bit of information. I don't know how accurate
about
it is.
Tim Pool's Twitter use?
No, on the ejaculation frequency.
Okay, yes.
Recommended by the Taos.
Here we go.
It said the most respected of the Tao theorists, Sun Simiao, quoted above, recommends ejaculation no more than once every 20 days for men over 50.
Oh, Jesus.
And no more than once every 100 days for men over 60.
With that, I should be dead. Okay,
And it has to do with
I
it
should have
says
no energy. How am I getting everything done?
you're getting age retarding hormones as you're about to ejaculate, and then there's a level you want to keep before you ejaculate. So like that, you got to balance what you're before you excrete the hormones. That's what it's saying.
So tantra,
real quick. Yeah, I think so.
Like,
I think that's what.
You're supposed to come internally.
And there's a level you can like optimize yourself.
Ejaculation, they call it.
Those people are out of their fucking minds. I'm trying to get rid of this shit. I've always said that it helps you think, because too many times with a man, your mind is clouded by sexual desire. If you can just jerk off and then you can think clearly. I used to have a bit about it. I say jerk off first, then think about it. Like if you jerk off and then you want to call a girl, it's because you love her. You're not just trying to fuck. You actually like her as a human being. You want to be around her. You don't just want to be around her for sex. You actually really love her.
Yeah. I think there's a level of discipline, right? So, yeah, if you're about to make that risky text message, you might want to shoot your load and reassess it.
That's
right?
what I'm talking about.
But
and then
you're
like, what the I'm going to watch a fucking documentary. Put that phone down.
But that's for an undisciplined man.
Yes.
Right? So a disciplined man's going to say, no, I'm not going to send this thirst trap, this thirsty comment. I'm going to stay disciplined in who I am, because in order to get the woman, I have to stay away from the woman.
In order to get the woman, I have to stay away from the woman.
Yeah. And keeping your vital man energy, for me, keeps me like on edge. Like I'm always like an animal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I want to release. You see what I'm saying? So what I do is I'll work up that energy and then channel it into work. I'll just immediately pull my laptop out and just bang out, because it's like that frustration there. And then you got to release it that way, or I'll go running, or I'll go work out. You know what I'm saying? But when I get around women with a full sack, I'm not the same as when I'm empty.
Yes.
And you can see the difference in how they're attracted. You sit up different. Your chest pokes out. When you're around other men, you're like a little bit more
edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After you blow your load, you're kind of like
chilled out.
Yeah.
Non-competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
You hold on to that, like fighters. You know how to fight. Go fight.
But Mike Tyson never did that. Mike Tyson said, no, I always like to come as much as possible so I'm not distracted. He'd just shoot his loads and then beat the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah. Well,
but I think Mike had a lot of extra loads. I think if you had a guess, like his level, he was just an ultra man. He was not a regular man. It says a research published by the U.S. National Library of Medicine and National Institutes of Health found that after 7 days of not ejaculating, men's testosterone levels reached 145.7% of the baseline. Bam! The interesting thing is that they didn't observe significant fluctuations from the baseline on days 2 through 5. The research also showed that the peak levels were at day 7.
Yeah.
Risks, Tao. It's actually Tao, by the way. It's T-A-O. It's you say it as Tao,
right.
like the Tao of Jeet Kune Do.
Okay.
Risks of too frequent ejaculation. When sex is performed with the recommended Tao frequency, it becomes an inexhaustible source of energy, like a well that never runs dry.
Yeah.
However, when ejaculation frequency exceeds the capacity of the body to fully replenish the semen, man can experience chronic fatigue, low resistance, loss of sex drive, loss of focus, and irritability. Long-term excessive ejaculation can cause chronic low zinc conditions, which can cause chronic fatigue, mental confusion, and significant loss of sexual drive. But what if you're with a freak like that girl Will Harris was talking about? My friend Will Harris was in here the other day, and he was saying he used to meet these girls and go overseas. It's also considered harmful to ejaculate when ill, drunk, or gorged with food. Whoa.
Here's the next line.
Oh, which one? Ejaculation control and discipline is not to be confused with the frequency of sex. There are significant physiologic, what's that word?
Physiological?
I don't think there's supposed to be a period there.
Oh, physiologic and therapeutic benefits to having sex. Frequent sex intercourse maintains a man's interest in the acts, as well as his capacity to continue indefinitely until his partner is fully satisfied. So they're saying fuck but don't come.
Yes.
Those people are out of their fucking mind. I come every time I fuck.
Yo, I used to
trying to get rid of this stuff.
I used to fuck
Every
with
3
girls.
weeks.
I used to fuck with girls' heads like that.
We would not come?
Yeah.
Really?
They start crying.
Wow.
I had a girl like straight down and break up crying. I can't please you. Is it me? Is it I'm just like, no, I just wanted you to be happy. How you feel? I feel good. Good. Then I go and I hit the laptop and it just turns them on.
Upset. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they love that. They love that.
Right. Because like nature wants them to get you to come.
Yes. Women only respect a disciplined man. You know,
that's true.
Once a woman can drop your defenses, she's no longer attracted to you. If she can control you, she's not attracted to you. A woman wants a man she could chase. In my book, I talk about how women are the apex predator. They're the ones that chase after sex. I mean, they can have sex endlessly, right? Once we nut, it's like we're pretty much done. Like, give me a couple of minutes to recharge, but it could keep going. You know what I'm saying? So they're, you know, technically like, you know, freaks or whatever. But just because she's undisciplined in her sexual energy doesn't mean you have to be. And if she feels like she has to go outside of the relationship to go get her fix, that's on her. That has nothing to do with you. Your aspirations as a man are higher than sex. A woman's role is to create life and support the man. The man's role is to create forging the future of humanity. You know, building things and innovating.
It is true that a woman is not attracted to a guy without discipline. Like
Correct.
Men who are lazy and weak, that is a giant turnoff to a woman. But if a woman is hot, she could be pretty lazy.
Absolutely. They are the laziest people ever.
But we don't care. Men don't care. I don't care if a girl's lazy. She's hot.
Well,
as long as her body holds up. As long as she can get to the gym.
I used to make girls work to get me, man.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, I would say, you know, I'm working on this project, you know, I'm going to send you a spreadsheet over. I need you to go organize it. And if she'd say no, I'd just be like, all right, well, you're worthless to my life. Right? I need somebody that's going to build with me, right?
What if she's building on her own shit?
Fuck her shit. Go build your shit. Right? You know, if you need help, I'll help you.
Right.
But, you know.
So you want a partner. You
Yeah.
don't want just a lover. That's what you're saying.
No.
You want someone to help you.
No, I want her to prove her worth.
Whoa.
She got to be worthy to get me. Like, you know, it's easy to get a girl. It ain't easy to get a good man. You only going to find one Hotep Jesus in your life. I could find a ton of you, shorty.
Wow.
You everywhere on Instagram. After Joe Rogan, they're going to be everywhere. So, but
now, some would say that that's a sexist generalization.
Sure. I don't care. Like, we can have that conversation. Like, bring me on your platform. We can talk. And I'll you know, if you want to call it sexist, it is what it is.
Have you ever had a conversation with like a radical feminist about this kind of thinking?
No, they won't talk to me. They all block me.
They block you?
Yeah, they all block me. You know, the whole black left feminists. The reason why they block me is because they can't beat me. Right? When we have conversations, I'm so objective that it's too dangerous for them to engage with me.
How so?
Because I'll be like, it's sexist, yes, and so let's continue the conversation, and then that's where they don't want to go, because then they're going to have to provide reinforcement and evidence, and they're dealing with an educated man, and I'm going to come with my evidence and facts.
So you don't have a problem being sexist. That's what the problem is, because if someone calls you sexist and you go, yeah, I'm sexist.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's like if somebody called me racist. Sure, whatever. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care about these isms that you create. I understand nature. I understand myself.